Hello everybody, this is Steven Dutzman. I am the host of the EFG Evening News Update. I am also the editor-in-chief of EngagedFamilyGaming.com, as well as the host of Engage, a family gaming podcast. This is your evening news update for June 30th, 2016. Yeah, I missed yesterday. It happens. Yesterday was a super long day. We had a sync break. You know how it is. Excuses. I missed it. So lots of news to catch up on. It's kind of been nuts the last couple of days, specifically for families. So pardon me while I jump right the heck into it. Number one, spoiler season for the Magic the Gathering expansion is continuing. So all sorts of cool stuff coming out of there. What I do is I go to mtgsalvation.com. They have a nice visual spoiler as the cards go in. We're at like 66 out of 250 spoiled, so if you're interested in Magic the Gathering, head down there. You can see all the cards. It's neat. Even if you don't play, it's exciting to see the new cards get announced, because some of the art is really cool. So, Wii U eShop today, Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars is available today, $7.99. That is basically stealing. It is arguably one of the best role-playing games of the SNES era. It is also arguably the best Mario role-playing game. It really depends on how much you like Paper Mario. So here's an interesting factoid on this one, right? This game was published by Square Enix. They're the people that make Final Fantasy. So it's interesting characters. So if you own a Wii U and look up a YouTube video of the game, and you'll see whether or not it's something that you are really down with. But man, I have not had a moment. But man, as soon as I can, I'm buying that game and playing through it. So that'll be exciting. So next stuff. If you follow Engage Family Gaming, you'll know that earlier on last week, we published an article that was... yeah, isn't it great, Albert? Yeah, Mario RPG is amazing, and it's $7.99 to buy it on the Wii U. I mean, it's stealing. It's just absolutely stealing. So you'll remember I wrote an article that was called An Expert's Opinion on Eidos Montreal's Augmented Future, and the idea was they are working with a company called Open Bionics to make to kind of work on making more open source prosthetics for people that have lost limbs, etc. They actually are working with CNN. They announced this to host a human augmentation conference that is going to be called let's see here. Human by Design. It's going to be in August, on August 3rd. The whole thing is going to be streamed on Twitch, and they're going to have people who specialize in ethics and mechanics, etc., talking about essentially transhumanism. I think this is super fascinating. Hopefully we'll have our resident transhumanism expert, Bill, take a look at it, and maybe he'll give us some more comments, because I probably won't understand anything I see out of the conference, but it's very interesting that they're going deep into this. And some of the ethics are really interesting, and something that we as a society are going to have to face. So, story mode for Street Fighter is available July 1. So if you own Street Fighter V, Street Fighter, the story mode, however that will be, is available tomorrow as free DLC. That's great. There are two new mobile games that came out today that are worth discussing. One of them is a new Final Fantasy role-playing game called Brave Exvius, or I'm not even sure what it's called, and I can't look it up because my phone is my camera. Free to play. It is a role-playing game. The free-to-play aspects are the idea that you have limited energy to complete quests and grind, etc. But you can also spend money to get different characters from the past, etc. It's kind of random. But when you start the game, it gives you 10 free dice rolls to get characters, and I got a pretty decent selection, so I think it should be fine. It's neat. I'm enjoying the story mode. Also, if you enjoyed Katamari Damacy on the PlayStation 1, then Tap My Katamari is a free mobile game on iOS and Android as of today. I just read about this. I haven't played it. I'm going to download it as soon as we're done. But it looks like Katamari Damacy, which means it looks like it was made by a bunch of really drunk Japanese men and women. That doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It's just a really weird game. If you don't know what Katamari Damacy is, look it up, and look up a YouTube video. It's insane. Katamari, Katamari Damacy. At the very least, the soundtrack to that is super awesome. Nintendo. We know about Splatoon. I've talked about it. The final Splatfest is coming the end of July. I knew eventually they were going to stop supporting the Splatfest. It takes effort. They have to do graphic design, etc. So it's the final Splatfest. You have to choose between Callie and Mari. I don't know how to make that choice. They're the two mascots of the game. They are super cool characters. They sing songs. Hopefully this one is bigger than any of the other ones. I really enjoy that game, and we will be participating in it. Probably live streaming it because it is the last Splatfest. So there is that. Now, also, we're almost to the topic, but the U.S. National Pokemon Tournament begins this weekend. It is being held from July 1st to July 3rd, and it is the Greater Columbus Convention Center in Columbus, Ohio. So if you love you some Pokemon, be it the card game, the 3DS game, etc., if you love you some Pokemon, I would look around on Twitch, because I bet you will be able to find some Pokemon hotness all weekend. Especially the digital game, and Pokken Tournament is having a big tournament, and that is bound to be a bit of a show. I'm pretty sure Justin Wong is going to be there, and he's a very skilled professional fighting game player. So that's Pokken Tournament. What's cool about the Pokemon National Championships is they have it divided up into different age groups. So they're like legitimately little kids that have, like, this is their hobby, and they're there with their parents, and they're playing to try and win scholarships. And then there's grown men playing Pokemon, which you might think is kind of sad, but they're holding on to their childhood and playing a game that they've likely been playing forever, and grown women also, and they're playing a game that they've been playing forever with their friends, kind of growing with the community, and some of them using Pokemon that they've been using forever, which is really neat. So that's something that's going to happen this weekend. We'll probably talk about it if anything interesting happens, but now the big news. Big video game news, and I'm not talking about the BioShock collection, because that's definitely literally the opposite of Engaged Family Gaming, being that it is, BioShock. If you don't know what BioShock is like and you're a parent and you want to look, Google BioShock, and look it up on YouTube. The big news, we got Wreck-It Ralph 2 confirmed. We knew it was coming. Yes, this is not a video game, but Wreck-It Ralph is like the video game movie, right? Disney came to Facebook Live. John C. Reilly came on and announced it. He and Sarah Silverman are confirmed to return as Ralph and Vanellope von Schweet. And it's coming in 2018, in the summer. And so I am super excited. And what's really funny is their Facebook Live video actually had a glitch, which was not intended, but it kind of worked because of the way the movie works. So Wreck-It Ralph 2 coming in 2018, middle of the year. The theme this time is the internet. Which is, they're still not entirely sure. They have not told us if Mario is going to be in it. Yes, it is in fact super effective. They're going on the internet. And I think that is a perfect place for Wreck-It Ralph, especially considering how many modern video games are completely online, and how many new characters there are. Guys, let's be super honest. If Tracer or Winston are not in the next Wreck-It Ralph movie, I'm going to be super mad. Is anybody else going to be a little disappointed if Tracer, if we see Tracer just casually walk across the screen and wouldn't that be amazing? Anybody? I mean, it would fit. And what's crazy is we all know that would legitimately fit. So I am certain. Yeah, cheers, mate. How about cheers, love. The cavalry's here, and then it's just like she fits in a Disney movie so perfectly. It's almost obnoxious. And so. Yeah, I mean, so they're going to go on the internet and hijinks will ensue. What's neat about that is that it improves that increases the scope of the game, or not the game, the movie. Gives them all sorts of new characters to interact with, because that's something that they really, World of Warcraft, or getting stuck in an MMO type game. I mean, that provides them a different level of interaction with people, because people kind of are the avatars here. So who knows? I mean, we could nerd out about it forever. Lolcats, bad memes. I mean, exactly. I mean, it is a distinct, the internet is very different from arcades. We all know that. And the last one was really a lot about arcade culture and kind of games being left behind. And now we kind of they're going to be living in a place where nothing really ever gets left behind, because everything lives forever. And fandoms, and man, it's going to be great. And more characters. Cannot wait. So, man, I just churned through a whole lot of news. While you have me, I'm here for another 3 or 4 minutes. Anybody got any questions for me today? We'll try a Q&A segment. Anybody? I've been playing Mighty Number 9. And it's sad. I mean, it's like good enough, but can I justify good enough? Yes. This Sunday. Thank you, Albert, for reminding me. I was actually going to talk about that. Summer Games Done Quick starts on Sunday. If you do not know what Summer Games Done Quick is, do I have a treat for you? So, Games Done Quick is it's a speed running convention. It's a show that runs a week. Is it a week? Maybe it's even 2 weeks. I'm not sure. It is a long I think it's a full week, where every day they have some of the people who are the absolute best at playing different games come and just obliterate games. Now, we're talking about people who are I saw someone speed run Final Fantasy IV in 5 hours, guys. Legitimately, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hours he beat Final Fantasy IV. I mean, it was absolute insanity. These are people that are going to just break games in obnoxious ways, and then there are going to be people that are just doing everything. Just watch the Super Mario run. So Summer Games Done Quick they always do it for charity. They're raising money the whole time. It's a great time. It's always on Twitch, and I know I watch it at least a little bit every day. I actually expect I'm going to be putting up a Engage Family Gaming guide to Summer Games Done Quick with all of the really cool family games that are going to be available every day and when they're going to be on, so that if you want to watch those games with your kids, etc., then it'll be great. So I personally save the animals. That is a comment on the YouTube channel. Basically, they play Super Metroid, and at the end of the game, you have the option to either let all the wildlife on the planet die, in favor of a faster run, or you save the animals and it makes the run longer, but you save the animals. And this is like the big thing. They do donations and stuff back and forth all week, and it's always hilarious. I always vote save the animals. That is the official Engage Family Gaming position on Super Metroid. So yeah, that is Summer Games Done Quick. I'm super excited. We're going to be talking a lot about that, and there will likely be content all next week talking about it, because I think there's value in speed runs and things like that. So our time is up. That has been your EFG Evening News Update for June 30th, 2016. I will see you tomorrow for the final update of the week. Until then, hope you guys have a great night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace, everybody.